Hi everyone, welcome to class. I'm Kate, an English teacher here on Verbling, and today's class is a discussion class for intermediate learners. Some of you may have seen our last class, which was just an hour ago, where we talked about one specific coffee company and its role and how it's creating a program to improve sustainability in the environment. And in this class, we'll just be talking more broadly about the environment, sustainability, and changes that need to happen in the future to improve our world. Okay, so welcome to the students here. Hi, Ali.
Hi, teacher.
Hi, Mustafa.
Hi, teacher.
How are both of you doing?
Good.
Good. Do you often find yourself in class together, Mustafa and Ali?
What do you think, Ali?
Yes, usually.
Usually? Yeah. Okay, good. And Mustafa, how long have you been on Verbling?
Actually, it's not a long time. I have been here for maybe 2 months.
2 months. Okay. Interesting. So, because I feel like, and Ali, you've been here for a long time, right? For a while?
Yes, more than 9 months.
More than 9 months. Yeah. Okay. So I feel like you're kind of the Verbling veteran.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, teacher, it is like a very valuable website, Verbling.
Yeah,
Keep
I
you,
think so.
yeah, it's keep you in touch with the native speaker, native teacher. You cannot find this maybe in your schools, maybe, or yeah, it's very valuable. Uh,
Cool. I'm glad. I'm glad you think so. Okay, and let's see, who else is here? We have Preeti.
Hi,
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good, thanks. Where are you calling from?
I'm from India.
From India, very cool. And how do you say your name?
Preeti.
Preeti, okay, that was okay?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Well, I'm Kate, very nice to meet you.
Same here.
Hi again, Jacopo.
Hi,
How
hi
are you?
everyone. Fine.
Good. And if I remember correctly, Jacopo, you are a journalist from Italy, right?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Nice
Are
to have
you?
you back.
Hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, thanks.
And you are going to China.
Yes, next
Yeah,
month.
very interesting. Okay. Hi, Andre.
Hi, Kate. How are you?
Doing well. How are you?
I'm doing well as well, thank you.
Great. And hello, Dudu.
Hello, teacher.
How's it going?
I'm fine.
Good. Where are you calling from?
Brazil.
From Brazil. Very nice. Nice to meet you. I'm Kate.
Nice to meet you.
Okay, so we might still be waiting on some people, I'm not sure. But I'll give you an idea of what we're doing today. So today's class is a speaking class. We'll be focusing mostly on discussion. So the idea is, to put you in an environment where you feel comfortable practicing your English, speaking with your classmates, agreeing, disagreeing, obviously being polite, right, being nice. I want you to feel free to speak whenever, right? So, don't be shy. The one thing that I will ask is that I don't want you to interrupt one another. So make sure you're respectful to your classmates. Okay, so today's topic is the environment. And let's see, Mustafa and Ali were in my last class where we talked a little bit about, the environment and sustainability. Would you two like to tell the rest of the class sort of what we did in that class and what the main issue was?
Okay. Uh, there is a new coffee brand or a kind of new coffee company start to produce. It's I think they say we should sustainable about environment,
Mm-hmm.
and we provide some coffee without to damage environment, something like that.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mustafa, anything to add?
Actually, I agree with Ali, and something they like want to what I can say initiative a project, a new project.
Mm-hmm.
So after that, we discuss after reading the article and discuss some idea about it. Some of our friends agree with them, and some of them say they are. It is like marketing that company did to invest money, and so something like that.
Great. Yeah. And so the company, yeah, it was Nespresso. Yeah, exactly, Andre. So have you heard of this as well?
Yeah, we had another lesson about.
Ah, there was another lesson about this. Okay. Yeah. So essentially, so Andre, what's the issue here? What did Nestle and Nespresso do?
As I remember, they had a project that they wanted to select some kind of coffee and help farmers with they so they to support their livelihoods, I guess, and help environment as well.
Yeah. Good. Yeah. So it's this big coffee company working in poor areas, and they created this project to try to make to try to help farmers, living in these poor countries like the Sudan. And what we talked about in our class was, is this, actually a good thing, or are they just trying to sell more coffee? Are they just trying to improve their brand and market themselves? So, it's kind of an issue that I think will carry over into this class, which is just more general on the topic of the environment and environmental impact. Okay, so before we get started on our discussion, there is a silent letter in the word environment. What is it?
Sorry, may you repeat the question?
Yes, there is a silent letter.
Silent.
And
Yeah, which one?
environment and environment.
Yeah, the environment. So it's strange. We
Oh,
pronounce it like it's the first N, right?
And
It's kind of like
yeah,
the O-N. Environment. Environment. Okay, so even though it's spelled environment, we say environment. Environment. Okay?
okay.
All
Okay.
right. So just since we're talking about this, we should know how to pronounce it. Okay. So I want to look at. We'll do a little sort of activity to get you all thinking about today's topic. So to get you thinking about the environment. I'm going to share my screen with you, just for now. Okay. So I want you to look at these words. Can you see this?
Can you zoom it, please?
Yeah. Is it really small?
Yeah, now.
Let's see. Okay. All right. So is this a little bit better?
Yeah.
Okay. So I want you to match the words in the left column with the words in the right column, okay? So one word in the left column over here will go with a word in the right column over here. So for instance, the word developing goes with one of these words. Is it developing fuels, developing power, developing species, developing change, developing agencies, trade, crisis, convention, countries, shortage? Which word in the right column goes with the word developing?
Countries?
Yeah,
Countries.
developing countries, right? So we have the idea of developing countries. Absolutely. Okay, so I want you to take a few minutes and see if on your own you can match the words in the left column to the words in the right column. Okay,
Sorry,
yes.
sorry, Caitlin. Endangered. The
Endangered.
second, what does it mean?
Endangered means it's at risk of dying out.
Dying out. Okay.
So, for example, an animal could be endangered if there are only a few of them left. We'll say it's an endangered animal. Okay?
Okay.
All right, so take 3 or 4 minutes and try to work on this on your own, and then we will talk about these environmental terms. Okay, so let's see how these, if we can match up all of these words together. So let's see, we've already used developing and countries. Which word does endangered go with?
Species.
Species.
Yeah, good. So again, an endangered species. What is an endangered species?
A type of creature or animal or something like that.
A species is a type of animal, yep. And what does it mean that it's endangered?
Gender, maybe a kind of animals will lost in the world in the future.
Absolutely, yeah. So can someone give an example of an endangered species?
Like pandas.
Yeah, a panda bear.
Panda bear.
Good. And we didn't talk about this, but I assume everyone has heard the term developing countries, right? What is the difference between a developing country and a developed country?
Developed in the past?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's already developed countries.
Right,
And
exactly.
developing, they are developing right in this period.
They're in the process, right? And so it's a more correct way of saying, we used to say first world, second world, and third world countries, but that's kind of offensive, right? It's not very nice. We say, so now we say developing countries and developed countries.
Yeah. We
Okay.
are from the third.
We are from the
Uh,
fifth.
okay. So, all right. So, what about the word forest? What does forest go with?
Conservation.
Conservation.
Yeah, and good. And what is forest conservation?
To preserve our forests.
What's that?
To preserve trees and forests.
Yeah, absolutely. Right? Because a forest is basically like a bunch of trees. So yes, forest conservation. So, so where in the world do we need to practice forest conservation? Where is this a problem?
Where is?
Where in the world is conservation of forests a problem? Anyone?
When there is a desertification and without forest, there isn't uh, a right balance of water, nature, green, and to permit and
Yeah,
good grow of the nature.
absolutely, yeah. So it's kind of a problem everywhere, right? It's a problem in very, very many countries, definitely in the US.
In Italy also.
Good. Okay. All right. What about water? What does water go with?
Maybe crisis.
Not
Shortage.
quite. Water shortage.
Shortage.
Okay.
Shortage.
Yes, water shortage. Okay. Why do we talk about the water shortage? What is a water shortage?
When there is not enough water somewhere.
Okay, yeah. So a shortage in general is when there's not enough, right? And so in which countries is there a water shortage? And why is it? And in the future, is this a big problem? Will this be a big problem?
Sorry, Kelly. What called the water we drink?
Tap water.
Tap water. Okay.
Tap water. Here, I'll write that in the chat. Yeah, good question. So tap water. And so yeah, so tap water. So people who don't have access to water, right? There's not enough water, or clean water, more specifically, right? Is this a problem in any of your countries?
Actually, recently it's a problem in my country. Maybe what is what's confusing about this? We have two main river in our country. In my country, like it's called, if you heard about, Dijla and Al Furat, and also we severe from that problem. So this is maybe like a strange problem because we already have that. But what is make it problem that the country and out like in the border of Iraq put like dams, if you understand me, teacher. Dams,
Yep.
yeah.
Dams.
So like they cut off the water from my country and the people. Also, recently when the what I can say, terrorist people, okay,
Tourists?
these bad people that kill people,
Terrorists.
yeah,
Terrorists. Okay.
terrorists,
Yeah.
yes, yeah, cut when they cover the cities, some cities in the north and west of Iraq. They like prevent water from come to the south cities and to the farmer of the south city in Iraq. So yeah, problem.
Wow. Okay. So
Yeah,
there are
security problem.
definitely there are water shortages. Absolutely.
Yeah,
Yeah.
water short. Yeah.
Yeah. Absolutely. Okay. Good. Thank you for sharing that example. Okay. Good. All right. So what about wildlife? Which word does wildlife go with? This one is probably not as familiar for some of you.
Trade.
Yeah, we talk about the wildlife trade. And do you know what that refers to?
Maybe selling. I'm not sure what does it mean.
No, you're on the right track. So buying and selling live animals or plants. So especially, and this is a problem, especially when they are endangered species, right? So animals.
But wildlife of the animals, not of the man.
No. So wildlife.
Okay.
Wildlife just refers to animals.
Okay.
Talk about wildlife. Well, plants and animals. And so this is like if you sell ivory, right? If you sell part of the ivory from an elephant, right? That could be an example of, wildlife trade.
Okay.
Things like that. Okay, good. All right. What about the word aid?
Agency.
And what is an aid agency?
The agency, the community of people that help other people in other country, in a poor country.
Yeah, so an aid agency. So aid is a synonym for help, right?
Yes.
So to aid means to help. So yeah, absolutely. An aid agency is an organization that helps people in other countries, that are in developing countries usually.
Africa or South America.
Yeah, and other places too.
It's kind of volunteer work or something.
Yes.
Yeah, it's like volunteer work. So
or
you'll
NGO.
often, yeah, in English, an NGO.
NGO. Okay.
NGO and or a non-profit, we say.
Non-profit. Yes.
Okay, good. What about climate? What word does climate go with?
Change.
Yes, good. This one I'm sure you've all heard. What is climate change?
I guess change in temperature and in
Session.
Yeah, right. So, Ali, what did you say?
Warming.
Yeah, global warming, right?
Global warming, yeah.
Okay, so that's the one that we always hear about, global warming, right? The temperatures are rising, as you said. Okay. Energy.
Fuel.
Crisis.
Energy crisis, yeah.
No, nuclear crisis.
No.
Nuclear
Power.
power.
Yeah.
Okay, and so why are we talking about an energy crisis?
Okay.
Why? Or what is an energy crisis?
When the world there aren't enough energy for everyone.
Exactly, right? So since we haven't been using renewable energy,
Yes.
people now talk about an energy crisis. Okay, absolutely. Good. What word goes with fossil?
Fossil fuels.
Fuels.
Absolutely, fossil fuels. And what are fossil fuels?
I guess it's oil-based fuels, right?
So things like oil. And then nuclear, we have nuclear power, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so nuclear power. Good. All right. So, questions about any of these environmental terms? Okay, so these are going to be key, important words to for these questions, which are our discussion questions. So you'll see here I have some questions that I want us to discuss, but they're missing a key word from here, from this list. Okay, so before we discuss each question, I want us to insert the keyword. Okay, so insert the keyword, the missing word from this list. Okay.
Okay.
So, does anyone know the first one, number one? Would someone like to read that? Yeah?
Aid agents.
Yes, good. So here, the first one is aid agencies, right? So, good. Can you read the question, Ali?
Okay. Are you a member of any environmental aid agencies? How successful are these organizations at protecting the environment?
Okay, good. So, let's talk about that. So, class, what do you think? Are you a member of an organization like this? Do you think that these agencies are, what role do they have in protecting the environment?
I am not a member of an hate agency, but I think they do a very important action to protect the nature and to help the other people in the world. Because in most of the case they represent the last chance, the last, the ultimate chance for people for that they haven't nothing, they haven't anything, okay? Because in many times the NATO, the ONU, the biggest country are too concentrated for each problem and don't think of the other problem in the other country. They that they haven't uh, their possibility, their power.
Okay, yeah, I think that's a good point.
I'm not a member as well, but I think, for example,
I'm not a member either.
either, yeah. But I think they play important role because sometimes they organize environmental conferences. They pay attention, people attention. They grab attention, or how can we say, people attention to environmental problems.
People pay attention to environmental problems.
And maybe they try to have some changes in United Nations laws, or maybe some kind of.
Okay, yeah, a good point that they also, part of their job is to influence these big international organizations to help them affect more change.
Yeah.
Are any of you, so we also call these organizations charities, right? Nonprofit organizations. Sometimes we call them charities. Are any of you members of nonprofit organizations or aid agencies that that help other causes? So maybe they're not devoted to the environment, but they help other causes.
Actually, I'm not sure is it a aid agency or not, but we are a kind of 5 friends of us are having a group. We just go to primary schools and a kind of awareness we spread to small children so that they got to know what are the environmental problems they can face in future.
Can you speak a little bit more into the microphone? I was having trouble hearing you.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yeah.
I'm saying we are having a group of 5 friends. I don't know it's an aid agency or not, but we kind of do an awareness program in primary schools so that small children uh, get to know about their environment and the problems which environment can face in future.
Very nice.
and I don't know it's the aid agency. I don't know, but
Well, regardless, it's helping, right? It's raising awareness.
yeah, it's just a kind of awareness to small children, and so they can know what small things they can do to help their environment grow better around their surroundings.
Very nice. Cool. And so, Preeti, what are some of the things that you tell these children? So what are the most important things that they need to know?
Because they are small children, we tell them very small things like when you go to your home, just switch off the lights when they're not in use, so you are saving energy. And whenever you try to throw your waste, which can be used in your gardens, so that they can be used like a manure.
Manure.
Yeah, and reduce your waste, and distribute your waste as per, I mean, the polythenes in one bag, the plastics in another, the glass in another, like that. We distribute the color bags, red, blue, green, like that.
Oh, to help them recycle.
Yeah.
Very cool. Very interesting.
Okay.
Nice. Good. Any other comments on this? Okay, let's go back to this and look at another couple of questions. So I want to see if we can fill in questions 2 and 3, again with words from this list. Okay, so take a look at questions 2 and 3 and tell me what you think about these. What do you think goes in number 2?
Wildlife.
Yep, wildlife, what?
Trade.
Yeah, good. Oops.
Yes, wildlife trade. Yes.
Good. So can you read the question, please?
In your opinion, why is illegal wildlife trade so profitable? Which exotic animals are most at risk?
Great. And what about number 3?
Endangered species.
Excellent.
Endangered species.
Okay, good. And so can you read the question?
Yeah. Did you know that chimpanzees are an endangered species? There are very few of them left in the world.
Okay, good. So here, with these 2 questions, we have another topic to discuss, right? So, so the illegal wildlife trade, why is it so profitable? And what are the animals that are most at risk or most in danger in this because of this industry, this trade?
Because the trade of wildlife is most profitable for many people, because the wildlife I don't know in English, balena, the Moby Dick.
Okay.
Whale. You know.
Whale. Okay, sorry, whale, and also elephant. They use it for
their tusk.
Yes, for their meat. For
their meat.
Yes,
Okay.
for eat, or in a medicine, in a China's medicine, it's most useful the elephant, the corn of elephant for medicine. It's
okay. Yeah, and also the ivory, right, from the tusk, the tusks that come out of the elephant.
Yes.
Yeah, and so
horns.
The horns, yeah, the tusks.
Okay. Tusks. Okay.
Yeah, good points. So good examples, right? So things like whales, elephants, you're saying, are used both. They're eaten and they're used in medicine in some places.
Yes. also for sorry.
Go ahead, go ahead.
No, I do another example. Also in a stylish for made dress like coccodrillo, alligator,
Ah, okay. Crocodiles.
crocodile to made shirt or
Shoes.
yes
Mm-hmm.
shoes.
Handbag.
Handbags. Yes.
Yes.
Absolutely. Yeah. 100%. Yes. Good. Good examples.
And some tigers or leopards fur. I don't know. Make a fancy dress for women.
So leopards and the big cats, the like
Yeah.
the jungle cats. Yeah. Good. Andre, what were you going to say?
That was my thought about dress
Ah,
using animals'
interesting.
fur and leather maybe to make uh, kind of any kind of clothes and bags and anything.
Yeah. Good. And so for these endangered species, so the ones that we're trading or ones that we're not trading, what can we do to protect them? To protect endangered species?
We?
We, as in humans.
We have
No.
maybe to make like protected area for them.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
And change the mentality of the people because the problems for me it's that people use this because in Japan they eat the meat of whales or it's no problem of protect the whales but it's changing the mean of the Japanese.
Okay, so you're saying that, okay, yeah, so the people that are using these animals or that are making them endangered, that we have to change these cultural ideas of how animals can be used.
Yes.
Okay, interesting point. Yeah.
Maybe to create some laws that prohibit do something, but actually it's not so effective, I guess.
Mm-hmm. It depends, right?
And how do you call those areas, like Mustafa said, protected areas, reserves or
Mm-hmm.
something?
Animal reserves.
Animal reserves, yeah.
Yeah. So places where they are protected, where they can live in the wild, right? But in a
Mhm.
place where they can't be hunted or sold. Hmm. And in your country, are there any endangered species that you know of?
I know about some kind of tigers in Siberia that are
Okay.
endangered.
Yeah. Hmm.
In India also, tigers are in endangered species, and people are also making rugs out of their skin.
Okay. So yeah. So you're saying, right? People are making rugs out of endangered species of tiger. Hmm.
Yeah.
Yes, in my country, a kind of cat, what white cat with different colored eyes. One eye green, one eye is blue. Have you
I've never heard
ever
of that.
seen?
No, I've never seen that. What is it?
Uh,
Is it like a small cat or like a big cat?
a small cat.
Interesting. And is it like something that people have as pets?
Yeah, but not too much lately. This kind of cat.
Interesting. I'll have to look that up. Okay.
Uh, I sent a link.
Okay, send us a picture.
You can see them.
Oh, weird. That's very strange. Okay. All right. And why is it endangered?
Because they live only one city, and the city name is one, Eastern Turkey, and people like this animal and want to take them to away, and it's I think forbidden to go another take another country this kind of these cats
Got it.
in my
Okay.
country.
Huh. Interesting. Interesting.
I had one before, but not now.
Ali, you had one as a pet?
Yeah. uh,
Interesting.
maybe 5 6 years ago, but not now.
Okay. So, question number 4. What do you think? So, looking back at or thinking back to the list of layer, what word goes in this question?
Nuclear crisis.
Nuclear crisis. Yeah.
Yeah, or nuclear power, right?
Nuclear power
Power,
station.
power, power station.
Power.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, good. Can you read the question? Or can someone read the question?
Okay. Do you know what happened at the Chernobyl nuclear power station in Ukraine in 1986?
Okay, so who knows what happened here?
It was leakage of the nuclear leakage, right? It is called. Not sure.
Yeah, right. So there was nuclear waste, or a nuclear accident.
Accident, yes.
Many people
Right.
yeah.
Many people died.
Died
Yeah.
and yeah.
Yeah. So I think like almost 500,000 people died, or something like that, or or were injured from it. Sorry, and 31 people died, and 500,000 people were affected by it.
Yeah.
Yes. The
Mm-hmm.
nuclear area covered also Italy, France, Germany, because with wind expand for all the Europe.
Okay. Yeah. So it spread with the wind.
Spread
And
with wind.
so yeah, and so basically there was an explosion, right? Chemicals and radioactive waste that spread into the USSR and Europe.
Yes.
So so what do you all think about nuclear power and using nuclear power for energy?
I think it's a very effective source of power, but a very dangerous one. That's why I think people, especially after the Japan problem with in 2011, I guess, right? When they have had a tsunami or problem.
Right.
People try to find an alternative to this power source.
Okay. Yeah. So it's effective but dangerous.
Yeah.
I think it's a very dangerous power, and also I think it's inconvenient power, because to obtain an important quantity of power, it needs to spend many money to obtain a relevant quantity of power. It's not convenient.
Okay, so it's inconvenient, you said.
Inconvenient.
It's expensive.
It's expensive, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's expensive, but it's very valuable maybe because small capsule maybe provide you provide you with energy to city maybe.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yes,
Mm-hmm.
but
effective.
my whole to spend for one person of the nuclear power, you can obtain many solar energy.
True.
Okay, with or wind energy or natural energy.
Okay, so you're
They
saying
are
it's. Mm-hmm.
they are many cheap. They are more cheap and more profitable. Okay, I understand.
Yeah,
Yeah, so there
yeah,
are
I
cheaper
understand, but
alternatives.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. But maybe the main sources of uh, like all the world looking for this energy. So this is like the main source of energy in this period, or the
I think
most important.
I think for Italy maybe it's a it's a great decision to make solar power, but maybe not in every country we have many sunny days, right?
That's true,
So
yeah.
No, but we have the sunny also the other country. But it's important to understand the nuclear power is not elsewhere. Okay, because also in the Japan they have many the Japan is the biggest country, the very a very important country, and they have problem also that happen in the other no more rich, not that rich, not so rich.
Okay, all right, so you're
Yeah.
saying it. Okay, go ahead, Mustafa.
Go ahead, teacher, and then I
No,
complete.
no, 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 go ahead.
Actually, yeah, just I want to mention that oh, this is important maybe only in peaceful uses of the of that energy.
And what
Okay,
uses?
peaceful.
Peaceful use, yes, okay, absolutely. So there's also the whole issue of, other uses of nuclear
Okay,
energy, right? Yeah, for sure.
peaceful.
Okay, good. All right, let's move on so we can get through some more of these. Okay, so let's look at question number 5.
Conservation. I
What's
think,
that? What's that?
yeah.
What?
Yeah, I think forest conservation, as I think.
Yes, as you say, forest conservation, absolutely. Okay, so Mustafa, can you read or sing the question?
Actually, do you know why forest conservation is important apart from wood? What do trees provide us with?
Okay, yeah, so what's important about forest conservation? Anyone?
The forest represent our reserve of of
Right.
air area, what we pneuma.
Our lungs? Lungs,
Okay,
sorry. Lungs are what you use to breathe. Mm-hmm.
our lungs. Yeah, yes, and
Mm-hmm.
air reserve, and it's important for us have an air reserve to hurt breath with lungs.
Yeah,
Sorry
absolutely,
for my
right?
English. Sorry.
No, no, yeah, a great point, right? Mm-hmm.
and they are decreasing the concentration of carbon dioxide, right? How do you call it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, or of oxygen, right?
Hmm.
So they're increasing. So
Oxygen.
so
Yeah.
trees decrease the concentration of carbon dioxide, right,
Hmm.
and
Yeah.
increase the concentration of oxygen.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
And
Uh,
they keep keep some animals safe. There is a good place to many kind of animal live in the forest.
Definitely, right? So they serve as shelter for a lot of animals.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, on other hand, maybe we can the wood of the trees, maybe it's useful for like a fuel for fire, or maybe what I can say, a plant coal, COAL.
Uh-huh. Cool.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
yeah, and also used to like maybe gun and to build maybe houses or truck or something like that.
So
Or
you're
even
saying
even shoes, or even shoes maybe.
so
And
you're saying we do need to cut down some trees. We need wood
some
for
trees.
some
Yeah.
things.
Yes.
Okay. Any other comments?
I think deforestation can also lead to soil erosion because
Yes.
forests
Good.
hold the soil and it prevents floods.
Absolutely. Yeah. So that was really great. So she said deforestation can lead to soil erosion. So a lot of she used some interesting technical terms, basically making the soil incapable of growth. Right? We can't grow anything in eroded soil. Good. Okay, let's move on so we can get through a few more of these. Okay, number 6.
Developing
In
countries.
developing countries.
Developing countries.
Yeah. Oops. Ooh, can't type today. Okay, so Preeti, can you read this question?
Sure. How do you think the government is in developing countries should plan the future development of their nations?
Okay, so this is obviously a huge, huge question, right? But what do you all think? What are some ways that that developing countries can plan for growth?
Sorry, teacher, for grow, you said?
For growth,
For
for development.
okay, yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay. I think uh, like exchange program with the country that were from the class one or the level one of the world, so
From
they
developed
can
countries?
see, yeah, from developed countries, so they can see the level of what they are doing or something like that, how they are developing or how they are thinking or something like that, and try to copy that in their countries. I think Japan made that, and like a huge what I can say, a huge development happened in Japan last year, recently, the last 10 years maybe. So this maybe can develop as
Interesting.
a
So exchanges of ideas and,
yeah,
learning from using certain developed countries as models.
yeah. They get aid from the developed countries.
Hmm. Okay. What do you think, class? Do you agree?
Yeah, I think it's one way to become developed, to copy and uh, to take an example. Take
Hmm.
no, not
To
to
to take
take
something as an example. So to
as
take
an example.
developed countries as an example. Hmm.
Maybe there is no shortcuts. Every country needs some time to develop, so everything needs time.
Hmm. Absolutely. Other thoughts?
And I think that develop is not a solution. It's only uh, not a mistake, but don't represent the achieve of our life. Because yeah, I live in Italy, in a developing country, and also if you live without water, tap water, furniture's house, warm. You think that I want to live in a developed country, but the developed is not represent the answer, because I live in Italy and we have poor, without work, without no salary. We have many problems, established problems. Okay, if we think to China, the greatest country in the world, the biggest country that we have the biggest developing in the world, but develop not represent the benefits for all people. Okay, because if you because we there you don't have democracy, you don't have salary, you don't have health insurance for everyone, you don't have many things for everyone, and I think it's not represent the answer. Okay.
Very interesting. Yeah, so you're kind of challenging this idea of what does it mean to be a developed country, and what are the important things that we should consider as a successful developing country, right? Yeah. Okay, so
Yeah,
yeah, go ahead, Mustafa.
yeah. Actually, there are many type of this. This is like a huge question. Develop country, develop in which type, in which part, and like industry, in the part of like which they depend to livelihood or something like that, livelihood. So maybe there are many type of different. So what comes to my mind when this issue when I read this, uh, what's happened to my country, it's about 35 years we stopped from developing or like prohibited from other countries, because maybe the government has what Jacobo said about that. So because there is no democracy and there are a lot of war or something like that, so like we prohibited from other countries, so no development and many department and many department of our life. So like if you want to like become this gap was become smaller, to become to let this gap become smaller, we have to like connect with other countries they are developed or past us maybe 35 years of development. This is a huge. Maybe you can travel to other country and you see their like building or industry or something like that. But next year when you travel, you see a lot of different. What do you think?
Absolutely.
There is a 35 years, so it's like a long gap between us.
Yeah. So again,
Yeah,
what you were saying before about seeing exchanges of ideas and things like that.
yeah,
And
yeah. But
I wish,
yeah,
sorry, I'm
yeah,
going to have to cut you off there. I wish we could continue this discussion. It's
yeah.
very interesting, but
Okay,
unfortunately, we're out of time. So,
okay.
I'm going to have to end class here. But thank you all very much for your participation, for sharing your ideas. I think it was a great discussion.
Thank
Okay.
you.
So
Thank
have
Bye
a
Thank
bye.
great
you.
Bye bye.
evening,
Thank you very
everyone.
much.
Bye.
Bye.
you.